Hi. Welcome back to episode 2 of my fat loss series. Today we'll be discussing what the heck happened in week 1 of my fat loss. And then we're also going to be updating my protocol and talking about what I will be doing moving into week 2 of my fat loss, okay? So let's reflect on what my goals were for week 1. So for week 1, I wanted to strength train 4 times a week, which I did. I wanted to hit 5K steps per day, which I did, and many days I actually went over, which is amazing. And I wanted to hit 2,200 calories per day and 120 grams of protein per day. This is where things didn't go perfectly according to plan, okay? So on week 1 of the cut, I ate 2,000 calories on Monday, almost 2,200 on Tuesday, 2,100 on Wednesday, 2,200 on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday, you can see that I went way over, right? So on Friday, I ate 700 calories over, and on Saturday, I ate 300 calories over. And the reasoning for this was because I went on a cabin trip, and girl, I had a blast, okay? I'm going to literally pull it up for you so you can see. So you can see on Friday, I've been having the same breakfast, which is just everything bagel with cream cheese, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and fruit, and some Nutella, okay? Then for lunch, as you can see, I had a steak burrito bowl from Dos Bros. So I had a burrito bowl the night before for dinner, and then what I had left over, I ate for lunch. Then on the drive over to the cabin, I had a black cold brew with sweet foam from Dunkin' Donuts. Then you can see I had 1 Michelob, 2, 3, 4 beers, a chocolate chip cookie, a glass of wine, a slice of pizza, and 4 wings. And from that alone, I overate 700 calories on Friday. On Saturday, I was like, okay, girl, we're going to have to reel it in a little bit. We're going to still try to have fun, but reel it in a little bit. So I woke up, I literally rolled over in bed, and there was a slice of pizza. So I had a slice of pizza for breakfast. Then I just snacked throughout the morning. I had some hot cocoa. I had slices of bacon. I had some granola with milk. And I even had some jalapeno kettle potato chips, which are bomb as fuck. And then I had some chili while we were out drinking. I had 2 beers while we were out drinking. I had 2 wings while we were out drinking. We got these espresso martinis, and it came with a little espresso macaroon, a little coffee macaroon. It was so bomb. And then I finished off the night with some more leftover pizza. So that was Saturday. And then on Friday, I was able to kind of reel it in, as you can see. So on Friday, instead of eating 2,200, I ate 1,750. And I made up for some of the calories that I overate on Friday and Saturday. Notice how I'm not way under eating. I'm just slightly decreasing how much I ate on Sunday and for the next several days to kind of offset the overeating that I did on Friday and Saturday. So on Friday and Saturday, collectively, I overate by 1,000 calories. And then I underate on Sunday by 450. So now I only have to make up 550 for the next several days. So for like today, Tuesday, Wednesday, for the next several days, I'm going to try to eat below my target so that I can make up for those calories that I overate. And the thing is, an older version of me, dude, would have literally flipped my shit. If I had overeaten my calories, I would have been like, what's the point? Just stop. Like, I'll just pick up my fat loss phase later. Like, this isn't the time to start. But now I know better. And I know that I can be smart. I can input what I'm eating. And whatever I overeat over the weekend, I can make up the following days. Now, don't overdo it, bitch. Okay? Just because you know you can kind of make up for calories that you overate. This is not an invite for you to go balls to the wall, you know? So, yes, I went balls to the wall on Friday, but as you can see, Saturday, I didn't overdo it to the same degree. You know what I mean? I still was trying to be mindful while still enjoying something as rare as a cabin trip. You know what I mean? Like, I will never choose fat loss over an opportunity to create memories with the people that I love. Okay? So I just really am glad that this happened this weekend so I can show you that it's okay. You can create memories while losing fat. Just because you have one night, you know what I mean, of excess doesn't mean that you fucking suck. It's just a part of life. And if anything, you're supposed to be able to know how to make those nights of excess fit into your goals. Slay. yesterday, to kind of make up for the wild weekend, I woke up, had some bananas and granola for breakfast. For lunch, I had some prepped rice and ground beef that I already had in the fridge. For dinner, I had some like beef stew with a bagel and cream cheese. And then I had a little nightcap of raisin bread with Nutella. Okay? Look how we have room to enjoy everything in life. If you're sitting there and you're asking yourself, Marina, how do you know how much you ate? When you're eating out, you don't actually know how many calories is in that food. You just have to make your best guesstimate. And when in doubt, I overshoot. Okay? So for example, Friday, I had the steak burrito bowl. I overshot how many calories I thought was in it. I could be way off. And that's kind of a risk that you're willing to take when you decide to eat out. So this weekend, it was fun. It was dope. It was awesome. I would do it again if I had the opportunity, but I'm definitely not going to repeat this every weekend. I just want to make that really clear. But if you do have an opportunity to make memories, please take that opportunity and know that there are ways to still reach your goals while still enjoying your life. You know what I mean? But you might have noticed already, I haven't mentioned yet, I don't know if you've noticed, my weigh-in for week 1, my average weigh-ins for week 1 kind of stayed the same as week 0, which to me is a really good sign, because how are my weigh-in average the same, even though I really overate over the weekend, okay? So you will notice that one of my lowest weigh-ins was on Sunday, the day after the cabin trip, okay? And this was really shocking to me. I thought I was going to step on that scale on Sunday and it was going to be super inflated, not only because I overate, but because I ate out. So like excess oils, inflammatory foods, like you can't control how much salt is in it. So I assumed that my body weight would be inflated because I'd be holding on to more water. Turns out I come back on Sunday from overeating Friday and Saturday and I weighed in a low weigh-in, okay? So I was like, even with me overeating, my weight stayed the same. So I think this is a good sign that I'm on the right track, and it begs the question of what would have happened to my weight if I didn't overeat over the cabin trip. So in a perfect world, if I hadn't overate, I would have kept my calories this week the exact same. There would be no reason to change it because I believe that my weight would be headed in the right direction. But because I did overeat over the weekend, I'm going to slightly lower my calories. So this past week, I was supposed to eat 2,200. Moving into week 2, I'm going to try to eat 2,000 calories per day. Okay? Not only to make up for the overeating that I did over the weekend, but also preemptively preparing for the Christmas events that I have this weekend. So on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, I'm pretty positive that I'm going to be making memories with my family, drinking, enjoying Christmas, eating delicious food. So I also want to give myself a little bit extra wiggle room over the weekend for Christmas. So that's kind of where my mind is at. I'm overall genuinely surprised and content with my weigh-ins this week, given how much drinking and overeating I did over the weekend. As you can see, my weight trend line is currently moving downward. So even though my weight average from week 0 to week 1 stayed the same, I'm happy with it, like I said, and we're going to keep things mostly the same. We're just going to slightly decrease calories this week to make up for the overeating and to prepare for Christmas. And then probably in week 3, depending on what my weight does, I might actually end up bringing my calories back up. Alrighty then. So yeah, now that we've kind of talked about my weigh-ins, how I was able to stick to macros, let's talk a little bit about my morale, right? Everybody wants to know how I'm feeling in my brain, right? And in my heart, how I'm feeling about my body image and things of that nature. So I would be lying to you if I told you that I didn't think a lot of the negative thoughts that my clients think. Here's the thing. I think them too. But I'm a big believer that I am not a product of my first thought. I'm a product of my second thought and of my actions. So just because you have like an intrusive thought, like maybe I have a thought like, ugh, I'm looking so bad. Like, I wish I could lose weight faster, or, ugh, I can't believe I ate that. Like, I'm so dumb. Like, I should just stop altogether. It's not that I don't have those thoughts. It's that I'm better now and I have the skills now to recognize them and replace them with a better and a more productive thought. So I'm not even going to lie to you. This weekend, I was noticing that I was like feeling kind of anxious around the drinks and the food. And noticed that I was kind of hyper fixating on what I could and couldn't eat. Should I eat this? Should I not? Should I drink this? Should I not? And luckily, I knew enough to not kick in the bucket. So like, instead of eating everything because I ate one thing, I was like, oh, fuck it. Like, I ruined everything. I knew better, and I just started tracking in my calories. Like, previous times, like, if I overate, I would stop counting altogether and just like full send, you know what I mean? Like, just go off the walls. But this weekend I was like, no, I'm going to keep track of what I eat. I'm going to eat what feels good and just keep a mindful tracking of what I'm eating so that I know how I'm going to correct for it later down the line. You know what I mean? So I feel like even though I was having some negative thoughts, I was able to mostly keep a level head. And I feel like I'm really lucky because my boyfriend was there too, and he kept my head on my shoulders, and he was like, babe, the first like 1 to 4 weeks of starting a cut is just focusing on eating cleaner and observing what your body's doing. Like, you shouldn't really be feeling hungry. You shouldn't be feeling fully deprived yet. It's okay if you enjoy this weekend. Like, it's going to be okay. So that was really nice. And I wanted to share that with you, that my head is not always in the right place, but I feel like I do have the tools now to be able to like bring myself back to center. And yeah, looking at my data this morning also really helped me be like, girl, you're going to be fine. Just correct for the next couple days and you're still going to be on track. Like, no big deal. Yeah. So I'm glad I was able to track, because I think it kept me very aware and mindful and intentional about what I decided to eat and drink, and what I decided to be like, okay, I can pass on that one. You know what I mean? While still having fun. Now let's look at my progress videos from week 0 and week 1. So from the beginning of week 1 and now the end of week 1 and the beginning of week 2. I looked over them, and honestly, I can't see much difference yet, which is completely expected. It's literally been a week. It's literally been 7 days since we've started eating better and cleaning up our diet. So nothing really to see there. Now let's talk about our game plan moving into week 2. Given that my weight average kind of remained the same despite overeating on the weekend, here's what we're going to do. For the next 7 days, I'm going to, again, strength train 4 times a week. That's easy for me to do. I'm going to stick with the 5K steps a day. Nothing changes there. I'm going to slightly lower my calories to 2,000 calories per day instead of 2,200 for 2 reasons. Again, to make up for the overeating that I did this past weekend, but then also preemptively looking forward to the eating and drinking that I'm going to be doing this upcoming weekend for Christmas. So just going to slightly decrease my calories this week for those reasons. And more likely than not, come week 3, I will probably put my calories slightly back up, or not. We'll see how my weight responds. If next week was a normal week and it wasn't a Christmas week, I probably wouldn't have lowered my calories as much. So yeah, those are my thoughts. That's what I plan to do. Let's see how my weight responds this week. I'm hopeful. I'm thinking that my weight, we will see a new low weigh-in, especially since I weighed in a low today. So yeah, everything's on track. Tune in next week to see how we're looking and how I stuck to my macros and how my weigh-ins are coming along. If you like this series, make sure you give it a like so I know that you like it. Send it to a friend that you think might benefit from it. Subscribe if you feel like it. I would love to have you around. And last but not least, click that little bell notification so you get notified every time I post, so you never have to miss a fat loss video. Cool? Cool. All right. I will see you next week.